Muy buenas a todos, señores, señoritas, animales y lo que haya por ahí. Aquí estamos en otro vídeo de Genshin Impact. Vale, en principio tenemos que ir no sé a dónde, tío. Voy a ir al punto de arriba. Hay que buscar a Lynette. Ya estamos en la última misión de Arconte a día de hoy. Ah, está arriba. Vale, entonces vamos a tomar el ascensor y a ver si tenemos suerte. Bien, hemos salido y vamos a ver qué ocurre. En principio hemos tomado el de arriba, el punto de arriba y el ascensor de arriba. Ah, aquí está el tema. Vale, voy a hacer el ritual. Vale, he tomado el punto de arriba, he ido por el ascensor de aquí. Bueno, uno que sube, que creo que está por aquí o por aquí, uno de los dos sitios, y ya directamente llegamos. Ahí está. Ahí está. Ay, ay, ay.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Más o menos.
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of
Uy,
information.
Paimon, ¿cómo te pones?
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and undivided attention.
Le resumen a Lynette la información que tienen hasta ahora.
I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
Hostia. Ahora mismo la prioridad es
His
encontrarlo.
escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fréminet would be up to the task.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later.
Bien, gracias.
It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fréminet will have to retrace Master Child's original route. And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest.
Hostia.
That's 6 days from now.
¿Qué dices?
And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to return.
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fréminet while we're at it, too.
De acuerdo.
Oh, and there's just one last thing we'd like your help with. Though we can just sit back and wait for
Vale.
Fréminet's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the investigation of the Forbidden Zone. Fréminet's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fréminet prepare for his diving mission. So, you are the only ones we can count on.
Muy bien.
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover. But also, there's no need to take
Sí.
risks. Don't forget,
¿Es
safety
porque me
always
ves como
comes
un
first.
espía novato?
No, when it comes to intelligence gathering, I'd never consider you to be an amateur. Didn't you say it yourself? It's always been your strong suit. I'll believe anything as long as it comes from you. So, please prove your prowess to me once again.
All right, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here again in 9 days. Stay safe.
Joder, 9 días, tío. Se están pasando. Tras discutir un plan con Paimon, finges caminar distraído para ir acercándote a la enfermería. Bueno, tenemos que camuflarnos y meternos ahí. Bueno, camuflarnos, hacernos, supongo que pasarnos por un enfermo, yo qué sé. A ver, Paimon, ten cuidado. Escuchemos lo que dicen. Paimon y tú se esconden mientras escuchan a las personas de la enfermería. Efectivamente, están hablando, pero solo entiendes algunas frases sueltas. Hostia.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Yo estoy listo. Asientes con la cabeza, respiras hondo y después inhalas el horrible olor de una poción que encontraste en el fondo de tu mochila. Se trata de un objeto alquímico fallido que crearon en su viaje. Huele tan mal que te dan náuseas. Está podrido ya. Tras olerla se la das a Paimon para que la esconda y te arrastras no sé qué. Por Elinas, cuidado con eso. Es increíble eso, porque claro, es una melusina y Elinas yo creo que es un dragón que se transformó en una melusina. Ya lo vimos en aquella misión que hicimos. Espero que no. Ay, cómo me duele la tripa. Ay, ay, lo estás haciendo muy bien. Hostia. Bueno. Gracias y siento las molestias. Sitzqueen saca unos instrumentos de auscultación para examinarme. Espero no estar tan bien como para levantar sus sospechosas. Sus sospechosas. El que ha escrito esto sí que es sospechoso, amigos.
I see now. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way.
Menos mal.
Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath.
Sitzqueen me toca el estómago. Con su poder elemental se la ve más aliviada.
Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here?
No mucho.
And here?
Un poco.
But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here.
Pobreta. Maldición, ¿habré sobreactuado?
What about here?
No, apenas.
I understand. So that's what it is. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides to act up. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not anything more serious. And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Wolsey, of this problem as soon as possible. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Why don't you take a rest here while I go get some medicine for you? Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
Vale.
And she hopped away, just like that.
Genial, la infiltración ha ido mejor de lo que esperaba, pero aún hay 2 personas aquí dentro. Sitzqueen llamó a Urbina a esa mujer, así que seguramente sea una de las pacientes frecuentes de la enfermería. Entonces ese hombre de ahí es Yurio.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
No muy bien. Si no me dejo de mirarla, sospechará de mí. El hombre de al lado parece haberse dado cuenta y está mirándome.
His stomach aches really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation.
Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know? Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sishuing take care of the sick and injured.
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while.
Hostia.
I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sishuing prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her, you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sishuing's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hostia.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Se llevan a matar. Solo se encontraron aquí porque venían a recoger sus medicinas. Sí, ¿no? Tampoco sean muy amiguitos. Quitando estos dos, no hay nada sospechoso en la enfermería. Y los documentos que hay sobre la mesa no son más que expedientes médicos y cajas. No hay nada que valga la pena investigar. En las paredes tampoco hay nada. Un momento, en el suelo hay una plancha de hierro.
Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue over silly things like this!
But...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
Es normal que haya planchas de hierro, pero no sé si será mi intuición de aventurero o es un poco extraño que haya una justo aquí. ¿Habrá algo detrás de ella?
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
Adiós, adiós. Suerte.
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is? But there's no need to keep dwelling on him. I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Sishuing should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine.
Gracias por tomarte la molestia.
No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sishuing.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest.
Te tomas la medicina para el estómago recetada por Sishuing. Oh.
Miss Lorvine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed
Hombre,
the color of the
más
pill
le vale.
that you should be taking today?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
De esto hablaban antes de que entráramos. No me suena de nada.
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
Gracias. O sea que como si hubiera cambiado de conversación abruptamente.
You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double-check a few details. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest?
Sí.
So his primary symptoms are abdominal pain with secondary symptoms of nausea. That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods, and don't stay up too late at night. Got it. Paimon will hold the Traveler to that for sure.
Sishuing no deja de mirarme. Haré lo que ella dice y dormiré bien.
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Te cambias a una camilla normal y te relajas. El cansancio acumulado de tanto trabajar e investigar se apodera completamente de ti. Escuchas hablar lejanamente a Paimon y Sitzwin.
We've been to lots of places together. He may look a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong. So you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry. He'll recover soon.
Amigos, por alguna razón esa palabra te reconforta. Te relajas y duermes plácidamente. ¡Hombre!
How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left.
Estoy mucho mejor, gracias a las dos.
Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods. Thank you, Miss Sijuin.
Bueno, entonces no hemos conseguido nada. Hemos visto una trampilla, pero nada más, ¿no?
Seems like a lot of people.
De acuerdo, pues nada, volvamos al ala de descanso. Se supone que aquí detrás hay algo, sí. Hostia, mirad eso, hay una trampilla ahí. Estaba bien escondida. A ver, el ala de descanso. Bueno, esto está aquí al lado, ¿no? Entonces... Sí, de acuerdo. Perfecto. Estamos en la misma planta, entonces. Curioso, esa trampilla. Tengo muchas ganas de ver qué cojones hay ahí dentro, tío. ¿Qué cojones habrá? ¿Qué cojones habrá? Vale, estamos en la misma planta, señores. Vamos a ver. No dije nada que no debiera, ¿cierto? Hombre, es que siempre comes, Paimon.
She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
De verdad es así, no sé, siento que hay gato encerrado. La plancha de hierro del suelo de que Sitzwin le pregunta a Lurbin. ¿De verdad estaban hablando de medicinas antes de que entráramos en la enfermería? Por otro lado, Lurbin y Yureo siempre discuten de esa forma, no era más que un espectáculo. Paimon, tengo algo que contarte.
You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
De acuerdo, en los días siguientes Paimon y tú trabajan asiduamente mientras se te ocurre una manera de escribir con palabras clave las cosas sospechosas que vieron. Vale. Bueno, pues... ya está. A ver. Muy bien. Consigues pasarle la nota a Lynette mientras trabaja. Es toda una profesional, ya que su expresión no cambia en absoluto y ni siquiera te mira. Bueno, eso es cierto, Lynette siempre tiene la misma expresión facial. Nunca se ríe, nunca se pone triste, o al menos no lo muestra. Y por fin, han pasado 9 días. Ha llegado el momento, señores. Ha llegado el momento. El enigmático fondo marino, superado. Una verdad oculta entre las sombras, ¿eh? De acuerdo, pues busca a Lynette. Sí, ya estamos aquí. Y empezamos la nueva misioncita. Ahí está. Yo creo que estamos cerca ya, ¿eh? Bueno.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fréminet successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fréminet's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces.
Tío, ¿por qué ponen sospechosas siempre? De verdad, no saben traducir. Yo creo que han flojeado mucho en eso, porque a mí no me suena que antes hubiera tantas faltas como leo últimamente.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Nunca me negué a ayudarlos.
Perhaps that's true. You're both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling. So I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Mm-hmm. Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fréminet and Lynette feel the same way.
Lo entiendo.
Glad to hear it.
Muy bien.
Then, let's go check on Lynette
Vale.
before Fréminet returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Nosotros también estábamos al corriente de esa información.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Venga, vamos. A ver qué ocurre, señores, que esto está calentito, ¿eh? De acuerdo. Entonces tenemos que meternos aquí. Que me acerque a escondidas. Bueno, a escondidas. Ja. No me hagas reír, amigo.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh.
Uf, súper a escondidas.
Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
¿Será que encontró alguna pista?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Venga, vamos a buscar. Esto huele bien, ¿eh? Vale, a ver, esto...
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me.
Sí.
These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Me parece bien, además. Sí, señor. A ver. Una cama.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest.
Lo raro es que no
while she
hicieron
left,
la
which
cama.
means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette lay down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Puf, esto no está pintando nada bien. Tranquilidad, señores. Tranquilidad. Vale, esto huele a movimiento, ¿eh? La trampilla esta.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Sí.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
Lynette se acerca a la plancha de hierro y la golpea en varios sitios.
The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Lynette parece intranquilo. Lo de no ponernos nerviosos debe de haber sido más un recordatorio para sí mismo. Pobre Lynette, es que es su hermana, hostia.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over...
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
This is...
Is that all?
No hay nada en el reverso.
Back. This is...
Show me! Now!
Coño.
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Hostia, a ver si la han secuestrado.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
A ver si va a ser Arlequino.
Honestly, Deliberately leave the
Hostia, ¿qué
infirmary
dices?
unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
¿Por qué ha decidido actuar ahora en esta segunda vez?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
¿Por qué no eres tú también su objetivo?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means... the fact that Fréminet was able to leave the grounds... could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fréminet leave like that?
Ya lo entiendo. Dejó que Lynette y Fréminet desaparecieran a propósito.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fréminet. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lynette, cálmate.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fréminet wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
Exacto.
No, I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Joder. Está calentito esto, señores. Esto está muy calentito. ¿Nos ha escuchado? Se está riendo. Es que ya...
I feel like we still have some room
Cuidado.
to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no
En
need
ese
to
aspecto
panic. Take a deep breath
tan
before we
inocente
begin.
que vemos, se esconde
Being
algo
able to read
potencialmente
human expressions
peligroso.
is quite the useful skill.
Por lo visto, Sitch Queen, ahí Sitch Queen.
It's
Vale,
no
seguimos
use, we
ahí,
have to catch up to him.
Joder, pero qué rápido. A ver, seguimos en la verdad oculta.
How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
Ah, vale, se ha metido ahí dentro, Poca broma, señores. Poca broma. Vale, pues entremos, adelante. Claro, Sitch Queen y Wriothesley, por lo visto, vemos que trabajan juntos, ¿no? De algún modo. Ya lo vimos una vez que comieron con nosotros. A ver, se llevan bien, se llevan bien.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Ahí está.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around!
Bueno.
Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are Quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive.
Los rehenes los tienes él. Otro error, señores.
You knew we were
Increíble.
investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fréminet, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fréminet has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fréminet is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Winnie!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
¿Dónde están Lynette y Fréminet?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fréminet should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean... You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's...
Hostia.
Fréminet is a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he'd definitely try to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
Menudo cerdo.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fréminet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Winnie!
¿Por qué quieres hacerlo?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fréminet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Un momento, por favor. No podemos seguir hablando.
Listen to the traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote,
Yo también
but it
quiero
still
salvar a
has its
Lynette
own
y
set of
Fréminet.
laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone,
¿y si contesto mal? No, en serio, si contesto mal, porque esto yo lo sé. Así que nos va a hacer preguntas sobre las normas secretas. Recuerdo que tras trabajar durante 3 días seguidos, a la hora de la comida del tercer día apareció una carne extraña en la comida del comedor. Menos mal que hemos hecho una investigación muy detallada al respecto. Si hago memoria encontraré la respuesta. Vale, pero... o sea, no se puede fallar, ¿no? Al violar la norma secreta del área de producción aparece una carne extraña en la comida de comedor. De acuerdo, ¿qué es esto? Bueno.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real
¿Tú qué piensas que son los
coupons.
tontos? Nah, esto no creo que
We
sea.
often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production.
¿Sí?
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Bueno.
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place...
Hostia, ¿quién verá que trabajas durante días seguidos? Esto es la primera automáticamente. Vale. ¿Quién verá que trabajas durante días seguidos? Esa era la pregunta. Pues Sijuin. No, este no creo que sea. Yo creo que será ella. ¿Bajo qué circunstancias apareció la carne extraña? Nada, ¿no? Aquí nada. Quizás sea esa, pero... no tengo ni idea, tío, de esta, ¿eh? No encuentro la opción. No entiendo. Yo creo que es esta cuarta. A lo mejor es este el producto, no lo sé. ¿Por qué tiene ese aspecto la carne extraña? Pues... no creo que sea esta. No parece esta. Ese aspecto. Pues no lo sé. No tengo ni idea, tío. Bueno, voy a elegir cualquier cosa, porque al final... mira, pues solamente nos hemos equivocado en esta. A lo mejor es esta, ¿eh? Sí. O sea, Sijuin es la causante de esa carne extraña. Por lo visto, ¿eh? No sé.
So that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. A first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sijween. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijween visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijween has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does.
A lo mejor eso es lo que hace enfermar a la gente.
Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and the recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Ah, bueno.
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijween's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
Correcto.
It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight.
La norma secreta. Recuerdo que tras apostar por ambos, por la mañana del día siguiente recibimos un paquete que contiene un líquido de color sangre. Hemos investigado mucho al respecto. Creo que debería poder averiguar la verdad basándome en nuestras pistas. Vale. Al violar la norma secreta se recibe un paquete, sí. Vale, esa es la primera. ¿Quién envía el paquete que contiene el líquido de color sangre? ¿Quién envía? A lo mejor es esta. No, esta no es. No, es esta. Esta tampoco. A lo mejor es esta, no lo sé, yo voy a probar. ¿Por qué tiene ese aspecto el líquido de color sangre? Pues yo creo que esta sí que tiene relación. Esta. ¿Por qué solamente se recibe el paquete al apostar por 2 boxeadores al mismo tiempo? Creo que es esta, No, no era esta. Esta, yo creo que es esta realmente. O sea, yo voy a poner esta otra vez. Vale, entonces aquí voy a poner esta. ¡Hostia, chavalín! Vale, pues voy a poner entonces esta aquí. En la cuarta voy a poner Vale. No, yo creo que es... Pues no lo sé. Voy a poner siempre esta, tío, porque no me encaja otra. ¿Por qué tiene ese aspecto? Pues no lo sé. Yo juraría que era esa, pero no. Voy a probar esta, Esto es un poco al azar. ¿También fallamos? Bueno, pues nada. Vale, pues entonces voy a poner... Yo qué sé, ya voy a ponerlo al azar, tío, porque estoy viendo el retraso que tiene esto. Voy a elegir siempre la tercera, tío. Pero no tengo ni idea, tío. ¿Por qué tiene ese aspecto? Yo juraría que era esa, pero no es esa. Voy a probar esta. Y aquí, pues mira. Voy a probar esto. Vale, hemos acertado una, tío. Pero madre mía, ¿quién envía el paquete? Voy a probar. Voy a elegir la última respuesta. Y aquí voy a elegir la primera, tío. Ya un poco al azar. Vale, pues solo falta esta. Si no es esta, es la otra, que es esta, ¿de acuerdo? Es que yo a veces no veo relación entre la pregunta... Pero, tío... Pero, tío, se está riendo de mí esto. Se está riendo de mí, joder. Tío, a veces no veo relación entre la pregunta y la respuesta, y punto. Correcto, Paimon, venga, adelante.
It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product, and they came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of the patients in the infirmary?
Veamos. Aún no tenemos suficientes pistas para
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley. You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fréminet never even crossed your mind.
Lynette.
You'll pay for this.
¿Qué? ¿Qué coño ha pasado?
Hey, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigeween. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional. As a...
Qué fuerte. ¿Por qué tienes que ser cómplice del duque?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervillette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well?
Claro, es lo que te iba a decir yo.
Just like the rest of us?
Si conoces a su señoría, ¿por qué no aprendes de sus valores?
I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervillette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace...
My dear Sigeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want, but let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
La puerta se abre de golpe y aparecen 2 personas conocidas. 2, ¿eh? ¡Hostia! Clorinde.
Ah, Miss Clorinde. My door.
Y Fréminet.
Fréminet. Fréminet.
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
Muy bien, sabias palabras.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fréminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
¿Serán los síntomas de...?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fréminet a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Fréminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Joder. Agua del mar primigenio. Entonces puede desaparecer, ¿no? Pregunta para saber qué sucede. A ver, Lynette. Lynette tiene cara de asco, como si no quisiera que Sigeween tocara a Fréminet, pero aún así no la ha detenido. Al fin y al cabo es cierto que Fréminet necesita que lo vea un médico. Sigeween lo está examinando concienzudamente, no parece demasiado seria, así que imagino que son buenas noticias. Espero que Fréminet esté bien.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fréminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Lynette ya no parece tan tenso. Se ve que ha creído a Six Queen. Bien. Bueno, seguimos en... una verdad oculta entre las sombras, ¿eh? Vale. Interesante. A ver, ¿qué ocurre aquí?
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected.
Hostia.
The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Bueno, Clorinde, me gusta mucho este personaje. A ver, ¿qué ocurre aquí?
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry.
Are you
Me
sure?
alegro.
You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny!
Oh,
Traveler, Paimon. Fréminet? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
bueno, Fréminet y Lynette levantan a Fréminet y le dan la medicina que trajo Sigewinne. Bien. Poco a poco va recuperando la conciencia.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it?
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Por supuesto que sí. Hombre, chaval. No soy hermano de ellos, pero como si lo fuera. Bueno, pues...
Probably want to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Cloran will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing
Sí.
Fréminet out of...
Clorinde rescató a Fréminet en el mar. ¿Qué demonios está pasando? No sé por qué cojones estaba ahí. Realmente no entiendo nada. Bueno, tenemos que irnos de aquí. No estarán arriba, ¿no? Tengo curiosidad.
Could I tempt you with some sugar?
No need.
Hostia, ya está. ¿Puedo escuchar, o sea, el pensamiento con Naida? ¿Cómo era? No, un poco raro eso. Ya no se puede hacer, tío. Vaya mierda. Vale, entonces vámonos de aquí a la enfermería. A ver, ¿cómo era para llegar a la enfermería, señores? Si habéis escuchado algo es la silla, que tiene movimientos bruscos. Vale, vamos a salir. Creo que seguimos en la misión aquella, no me acuerdo el nombre ahora. Bueno, si se quiere cargar, se cargará, señores. Si no se quiere cargar, no se cargará. Son matemáticas. Si quiere, quiere. Si no quiere, no quiere. Y de momento no quiere. Vale. A ver, una verdad oculta. Seguimos ahí. Vale, entonces... A ver, está ahí el tema. Estoy en el piso número 3. Huele a que es aquí, huele a que es aquí. Vamos a ir al punto de abajo. Huele a que sí. Huele bien, huele bien. Huele estrepitosamente bien. Y voy a comer sopita, Dios, de verdad. No sabéis lo bueno que es comer sopita. La sopita que se hace aquí. Uf. Uf. Vale, pues entonces voy a decir... Vale, desde el punto de abajo llegamos a la enfermería rápidamente, ¿de acuerdo? Bueno. Uy.
He's awake. Fréminet, how do you feel?
Lynette,
We're all here.
where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fréminet. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
¿Qué pasó después de que entraras en las tuberías?
Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Bueno, ¿qué ocurre? Ay, ay, ay. Este tiempo de carga no me gusta. Preocupante. Bueno, ahí está.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
¡Hostia! ¡Qué buen momento! Cuidado, cuidado, cuidado. Vale, un momento, atrás no hay nada, ¿no? Bueno, voy a mirar porque sinceramente no me fío ni un pelo, tío. Hay que revisar bien, vale, vamos para adelante. No hay nada detrás. Inquietante, ¿eh? No sé lo que tardaremos en hacer esto. Vale, entonces me tiro, no hay nada allí. Entonces vamos a tirarnos. Parece que no hay nada más. Increíble situación, señores. Joder, qué bonito, mirad esto, Estamos usando a Fréminet. Este momento puede ser espantoso.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Seguro. Vale, entonces lo bajamos. Y supongo que habrá que tocar este. Girar. Vale, fácil. Entonces vamos para allí. Portal de resurrección activado. Bueno, está interesante esto, Vale, a ver. ¿Aquí qué? Vale, vale, vale. Nos subimos otra vez. Vamos por aquí. Qué momentito más bonito, Giramos esto.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Evitar los obstáculos para girarlo. A lo mejor tengo que hacerlo abajo, ¿no? Entonces vamos a bajarlo. Lo vamos a girar estando abajo. Y lo volvemos a subir. Bueno, primero lo giramos. Bueno, algún obstáculo debe haber ahí arriba. Ya veremos si lo localizamos, pero vamos, que da igual eso. Lo importante es que ahora sí sube esto. Creo que es que he visto una válvula que no permitía girar, Sí, ahí hay una válvula, ¿veis? Esa válvula no permite girar, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, pues eso. Vale, pero bien, bien. Subamos. ¿Qué ocurre aquí? ¿Por qué coño me indican abajo, tío? Ah, porque es por aquí. Vale, pues nos vamos a tirar. No he visto cofres, no sé si hay. Yo no creo que haya, pero bueno. Hay que tener cuidado por si acaso. No me fío ni un pelo. Vale, a ver qué ocurre.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Ten cuidado, Fréminet. Bueno, ya sabemos lo que ocurre, ¿no? O sea, esto es realmente el pasado ahora mismo. Bueno, Fréminet se supone que bucea muy bien, o sea que debería ir más rápido por aquí. Vamos a ver. Y que se supone que también tarda más en cansarse.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them. Oh, there are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Vale, detrás no hay nada.
Traces are gone, but I don't see where he could have gone from here.
Sospechoso, ¿eh?
Wait, what the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe.
Pobrete.
What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Bueno, sal del agua. Bueno, yo salgo, pero supongo que acabaremos saliendo, pero en muy malas condiciones. Y menos mal, porque si no llega a salir, ahí no lo encuentra nadie a lo mejor. Aquí yo creo que alguien me tuvo que encontrar. ¿Quién? Tartaglia.
I can't die here.
Uy, ha habido un cambio rápido ahí, no me ha gustado. Le he dado ahí y ha cambiado la escena.
And I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Mi teoría es que lo rescata a Tartaglia. Ah, no, es Clorinde, es cierto, coño, si lo acaba de decir. Bueno, digo, pero a lo mejor Tartaglia lo rescata o lo saca del agua y luego Clorinde lo encuentra, pero no. Es Clorinde directamente. Bueno, esto está interesante. Veamos lo que tarda ahora esto otra vez. Al menos Fréminet está a salvo. Bien.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Curioso.
Miss Clarande, you say?
Sí.
I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fréminet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain
Vale.
better than me.
Pues voy a buscarlo.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Libby?
No, please go on without me.
Sí,
I
vale,
don't
está
want to
bien.
leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are
Sí.
just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now.
Thank you.
Eso espero, que no venga nadie, por favor. Bueno, hemos terminado una verdad oculta entre las sombras. El guardasecretos del área prohibida. Empieza ahora, ¿de acuerdo? Y eso huele bien. Primero, el logro, por supuesto. Sube la marea. Fréminet recuerda lo que le pasó. Vale, pues entonces... Ahí está, el guardasecretos del área prohibida. Y tenemos que ir a la oficina, ahora sí. Ya sabemos dónde está la oficina, pero eso ya lo haremos en el siguiente vídeo. Así que yo de momento me despido y no me enrollo más. Qué bonito, joder, disfrutad de vuestros días, pero recordad, sobre todo de vuestras noches. Hasta la próxima.